Black Myth Wukong is an exceptional, almost near perfect action RPG, and it showcases an incredible blend of mythological storytelling, innovative gameplay that's very addicting. The mechanics in that game is amazing, and obviously the jaw-dropping visuals. The game has obviously quickly become a near perfect execution and close to a masterpiece as that you can get. And I feel like this is setting a new standard for the genre of video games. One of the most strikingest things of aspects, of Black Myth Wukong is its gameplay versatility. I'm not confined to a rigid build that I have to stick with throughout the whole game just to switch the build in New Game Plus if I wasn't liking what I did in New Game Plus. Obviously, a lot of games like Dark Souls, you can respec, and there's ways you can respec, but sometimes you can only respec so many times before you can't in one playthrough. Instead, what Game Science has done is you can adapt your approach mid-game or mid-boss, or if a boss is giving you trouble, by switching up your abilities, your weapons, and your strategies. I feel like this dynamic system provides an unparalleled level of freedom and creativity for the player to experiment with different types of styles of combat and what works best for a gamer in any given situation throughout the game. The combat itself is fluid, and I feel like it's highly responsive for the most part. PS5, which I played on, I feel like there is a little bit of lag with when I press the button to where he does the action, but it's not anything that I wouldn't be able to handle. I obviously beat the game. I'm on New Game Plus right now, so it wasn't nothing that was too extravagant for me to be able to handle. But I feel like every encounter feels unique in this game. It almost feels like a boss run. There's so many different types of bosses, and not a lot of like reskins in this game. And honestly, whether you're battling massive bosses inspired by the Chinese mythology, which I also liked because I like to go into different cultures and experience what that culture has to offer. And with amazing different types of different enemy variety, and also speaking of variety, the variety of transformations Wukong you can access adds another layer and level to gameplay depth. These transformations are not just cosmetic, but bring entirely new abilities and combat styles, making the gameplay always feeling fresh and exciting throughout my gameplay. The world design is breathtaking. I love the skyboxes and what the different types of places you can go. The environments are very rich with detail, from lush forests to eerie, gross caves, and they're all rendered with stunning visuals. I feel like that really immersed the gamer in this mythological world. The storytelling is rooted in the classic Chinese tale Journey to the West, which is both compelling and profound. But most of the time, because I never read the book, I didn't know what was going on. But I still loved the storytelling in itself. And the story blends humor, drama, and introspection seamlessly. I feel like Black Myth Wukong isn't just a game. This is an experience to be had. And it's very rare that titles of the AAA standard manage to be both accessible to newcomers and rewarding for seasoned players like myself, who has played every Dark Souls and From Software game there is, who want to dive deep into the mechanics and the lore of the game. It's as close to perfection as a game can possibly get. And honestly, this is a must play for anyone who loves this action RPG style game or wants to be immersed in a different mythology that is new for me, and I'm sure it's going to be new for a lot of other people with this mythology inspired narrative. And overall, I'm very impressed with this game. I think what game science has done has opened up a whole new way of being able to play the game. You're not stuck to your build. You could change at any time the kind of build you want to do. I was constantly experimenting with all sorts of different types of weapons and different builds and different abilities that I can do. And I just love the versatility in this game. And I can't wait to hopefully see a DLC coming soon, which I assume they would. And also, what's next for game science? Because honestly, these developers know what they're doing, and they have a clear vision of what they want in their game. And I love to see that. If it's Chinese developers or European or American developers, if you make a great game, gamers will come, and they will come in hordes and love your game. That's all gamers want now, is just to have an amazing game that immerses you and you can get lost inside of. And that's all most gamers are asking for. And honestly, that's what I have to say about Black Myth Wukong. I guess you could consider this a type of review, even though this is a kind of quick video about Black Myth Wukong, because I had just beat the game last month. It took me 5 months to buy the game because I heard a lot of things about the game that they were saying it was really bad on PS5, and I didn't buy it for a while. But come to find out, it plays completely fine. And they just made the update on the PS5 a couple weeks ago, and there's a lot less frame drops in my New Game Plus playthrough than there was in my original playthrough. And this game is a must-have, and that is my take on it. Like if you like the video, thank you for watching, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. See ya!